Hey, if I've learned anything the last 10 days in bed, it's that I should just do nothing to my hair and it would look better. So here's the last couple days of Schumann. It calmed down in the middle of the night last night. We'll see what happens with that. I'm not exactly sure that the Schumann resonance necessarily interacts directly with the solar flares and that activity, but I do have a theory that it amps up to strengthen the magnetosphere while we're getting those intense flares. So I'm going to enjoy that calm, and I'm sure you will too. Meanwhile, the sun continues to do what I thought it was going to do. We're getting lucky not having geomagnetic storm levels. I'm sure at some point this may catch up with us, but that X flare did not produce a CME, and we're not getting a whole lot of coronal mass ejection from these solar flares. So that's a good thing. But you can see last night, since yesterday's report, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 M flares and a lot of really high C flares. And it's staying in that C flare range as a baseline of activity. Pause to read, but we do have 3 serious mean business Delta class magnetic field sunspot regions on the sun that are Earth facing. And so we have the highest chance of X flares and M flares that I've seen in the 2.5, 3 years that I've been paying attention to all of this. So you can count on us having more flares. In the meantime, there's an effect called magnetic crochet, where occasionally the X flare or, large flare will jerk our magnetic field. That's an interesting way to phrase it. But at any rate, this was observed in various places around the world, and it's just a brief little blip and then goes back to normal. So if anything, that tells you how strong Pachumama Gaia Earth's magnetic field is. So in the meantime, I mentioned Judeo-Christian myth, and I was not meaning to reference Judaism or necessarily any religion in particular. So I'm sorry if it was taken that way or if I misspoke. I am literally out of bed for the first time in 11 days. I left the house for the first time this year a little while ago. I have multiple illnesses and disabilities that I manage on the regular. So when there's a million different viruses flying around, it affects me differently when I catch one than other people, which is kind of a good thing because I don't get the symptoms, but it's a bad thing in that I have to sleep for 10 days. So, I do my best during those periods of time, but I'm not always going to be perfect. So thank you for your grace and understanding that I'm a human too and I fuck up. Love you.